Eljay?
Yeah?
I really want to see the new recap review. Where can I go?
Well, I'll tell you, little Johnny. If you head on over to vessel.com/the TTV channel, you'll find all of our content, recap reviews, mock spotlights, and more, on Vessel a week early. That's right, a full 7 days before we release it on YouTube. Not only that, but content from tons of other creators all across the internet. In order to access it, you need to sign up for early access, which is only $3 a month. It's a really great deal, and it helps us create better, higher quality content that gets you guys in on the loop a whole week early.
Wow! I'm gonna go sign up right now!
You do that, little Johnny. You do that.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Sync.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode 202 of the TTV podcast.
Mardi Gras.
Let's drink it! Damn!
Sure.
Yeah.
Justice reigns from above.
How's everybody doing this fun? Stop with your Overwatch. Stop it.
I tried, I was like, what does Genji say? And I was like, I'm not.
I can tell you, What? I can tell you Hanzo's, but I can't tell you Genji's. No Hanzo's, Ryujin, no, it's Ryujin, go Wakateki Wakaro.
It's Japanese.
I can tell Lucio's in Japanese though. That one's really great.
So anyway, how's
All right.
everyone
Wait, man,
doing
this is a great way to start this podcast.
Great. I'm sure all of our non-Overwatch fan listeners are really enjoing this insightful commentary.
I know, right? I'm sure they're really enjoying these references that...
Literally
Yeah,
random
okay.
gibberish.
Yeah.
Alright.
I
Who
suppose-
are we?
Yeah, I suppose that's enough preamble. We may as well cut to the chase. So.
Who
I'm
are we?
messing back.
I'm LJ.
I'm John, again.
I'm Ben, again.
I'm Viper.
I'm Takuma Nua.
I am EXX.
And once again, this is TTV, episode 202. So, how's it going, guys?
It's going great. Yeah.
I lost one of my ranked matches, so
It's
I'm
high.
feeling horrible.
Oh, what did you rank at?
Is this podcast over yet?
What did you
Wow.
rank at, Trooper?
No, I've only done 6 matches, and I lost one of
Oh,
them.
you're still qualifying.
Yeah, and so
Okay.
one of my teammates is no longer on my team. Let's just put it that way.
Nice.
You're
I
not up
clocked
to
in
my
at 47,
standard.
got up to 49, dropped back down to 47, and I'm almost 49 again.
Well,
I was 12 once.
the highest worldwide right now is 72, so I wouldn't beat yourself
Then I had
up
a
too
birthday.
much.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
Oh, I assumed that somebody would have to be 100 if the scale goes from 1
It's
to 100.
almost humanly impossible to get to 100. They said that it's possible to
Welcome,
get
everyone.
99, but 100 just not gonna happen.
Overcast!
I'm sorry, what are you guys talking about? I came back and I was like, is
Hang
this
on.
Lego related?
Let's
This
get a
is
trigger word out of the way. Fudge.
Trigger
Out of the word, out of the word.
So I like the new
There we
plan
go.
here that's gonna be an Overwatch, right?
Yeah.
The best name for a podcast about Overwatch should totally be Overcast. You can make all sorts of weather puns.
Well, that would
Think
depend
about
on.
it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just
Weather.
Wow.
Yeah.
I don't want to rain on anyone's parade, but I could
Like
I
Exactly.
could break the thunder.
I'll
Sigh.
break
I
your
kinda
thunder.
get it.
What does that mean?
I don't even
So-
know, dude.
Before we get
hoping
too
you guys
far
can come
into
up with that.
things, I would just like to give a quick outline of our sponsors for today's podcast. Not really
Yeah,
sponsors.
sponsors.
We're sponsoring them. They're not sponsoring us. So it's kind of reverse. We're going to be talking about Vessel. We're going to be talking about Audible. We're going to be talking about the TTV shirts all throughout the month. So that is basically that. Not about the month, what am I saying? All through the podcast, because it's a new month of July. So,
A month-long TTV extravagant. Oh, well, speaking of which,
Yeah,
Makuda
Makuda Fest.
Hey, yeah, speaking of which, guys, hey.
Makuda feet.
Yeah.
Makuda Fest. Yeah.
Makuda Fest, just so you're aware, we're going to be making the full announcement video about the time and stuff, but we can just go ahead and tell you now because it'll be out by then. It's going to be July 16th at 4:30 Central Time. 3:30 Mountain Time, 2:30 Pacific Time, 5:30 Eastern Time, etc., etc. So now, go on. What were you saying?
I was gonna say, hey, what are you guys doing for the 4th? It's coming up pretty soon.
Being free.
Hold on.
Doing
You
I was like, I'm
criticize
really
us for
excited
not
to
talking
celebrate-
about BIONICLE, and then you segue into the 4th of July.
No, I was just saying that like you guys were talking about something that not all of our fans would have an interest in. I think a lot of our fans are be celebrating the 4th of July.
I will not, and I'm a fan.
Celebrating our own little Brexit.
Yeah.
250 years in the making.
The OG Brexit.
The OG Brexit.
Yeah. But at that time, we just called it Exit.
Pretty sure we called it a revolution.
All right.
Wow.
You hear that silence? That is the
Why?
sound of your failure.
Maybe it's a sign of your failure. Failure from preventing us from leaving, because we did. And you failed at stopping us.
Well, not Viper personally.
Yeah, not
Yeah,
me
but, like,
personally.
She time traveled back to the war and failed to stop us.
Huh.
All right,
So
so,
wait,
Bionicle
what's
news.
happening?
All right, LJ. By the way, have you stopped
I
taking
tried
your
to
meds?
put a
Now
little
everyone
discussion
knows why
like
I'm
current
not going to
events and
Brick
pull
Fair.
that in, but sure.
Eljay.
LJ, that's the
It's gonna
reason.
be a great time
Actually,
now.
it's
Break
because I need
fair.
like another $200 to even consider it.
$200.
200. You need a
I need
$200.
another $200.
Another one.
And another one.
Another
And
200.
Another 200.
Let's ask.
Why
DJ
are
Khaled.
we all references today? So many people are like,
Hey guys.
You're saying it so weirdly. Why are they saying it like that?
TTV reference cast.
Because we have nothing to talk about.
That's
Just
not
like,
true.
we
Stuff to
haven't
talk
talked
about.
Actually,
We have a lot
I'm
to talk
fairly
about.
jam-packed
before we get any
Bionicle
further.
week.
But yeah, Break Fair's coming up. Break Fair, Virginia. It's going to be held in Chantilly, Virginia, August 3rd through to August 7th. The public days are the 6th to the 7th, and we are all going to be there. At least the majority of the people in this call: myself, Meso, Kahi, Var, Viper, and Ven. And it's going to be an awesome, awesome
it's
time.
gonna be
There are a
amazing.
lot of people on the
It's gonna
message
be
boards
aight.
that are looking so forward to it. And guys, listen, if you're going to be there and see us in person during the public days, if you want something signed, we will sign it. It does not matter what it is.
Don't get.
Oh yeah,
Bring
no,
it.
totally.
Are we? Are
we have
Sign
to get,
this
like, markers and
severed
stuff.
head.
You want to take
Yeah,
like
you-
photos
you-
with us or whatever if you
You
guys
may
are there,
regret
whatever.
saying that, LJ.
Yeah.
Sign my
I know.
underwear.
Or lack thereof.
Ah.
Listen.
All right.
Oh,
Oh.
gosh. Listen, there's if everybody just brings Solix for Mesa to sign, that would make my day.
No, that would be pretty great.
That's
I don't know
difficult
how he
to
would
sign,
sign to
too.
Solix. Maybe
I'll,
he should
I'll
just bring the
I'll
box.
put my initials on like his face, like
It's really
face.
it is really easy to do that though because like I've signed a Miru before, so
Hey, how you guys? How's your guys' signatures? You guys are practicing your signatures?
Yeah.
my signature is pretty great because it's just 2 letters. It's just an L and a J.
nice.
You don't even do the ELJAY?
Yeah.
Man.
He's
No.
lazy.
I mean, celebrities do that all the time though. Maybe I'll do like a small E and then a small
Wait,
J.
what kind of celebrity does that? What kind of celebrity is only known by your initials?
Ice.
OJ
George
Simpson?
R.R. Martin. No.
No.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, but like he
J.R.R.
doesn't just sign OJ though.
You
He
really
probably
wanna
adds a
use him as
Simpson at
your-
the end of
your
that. I'm
inspiration?
assuming like an OJ Simpson actually read something. Plus, I mean, he's the guy responsible for the Kardashians. You're really gonna take him as inspiration for what you want to do with your signature?
Listen,
his signature on the
Al,
world
I
is the
was giving you an
Kardashians.
example. I wasn't saying that it was a good person. I'm just saying it's an example.
No, I'm saying that like I don't think he just signs it OJ. He probably signs it OJ Simpson.
Either way, listen, my
Either way,
signature
R2D2.
is great.
Yeah, sure. Okay, I guess you're right. I forgot R2D2's autographing skills. I forgot all about them, Takuma. But thank you for reminding me.
That's what I'm here for.
Hey, we got some cool
All right,
Brick
so
Fair
anyway,
stuff
Bionicle
coming up
news.
soon.
Can we just talk about that?
We're building up to a really cool announcement that will be coming here shortly. So
Are
get hyped for
we?
that. We are.
Are we? Surprised look.
We are?
We are. We are. We
The
are.
VR coming out soon.
Enough of this! What is this? Stop it!
Alright, freaking seagulls from Finding Nemo.
Fine, fine.
Move on.
We are not doing this 2 weeks in a row. We are not destabilizing 2 weeks in a row. Keep the focus.
I'm gonna dress up as a seagull at Brick Fair and just.
That would be funny. I can just imagine you in the seagull outfit. It's just your head cut out of the neck.
Yeah,
And your face.
yeah.
You just look so angry all the time. It's like, I didn't want to do this.
I didn't ask for this.
Seagulls are overrated. It's all about the Weagles.
Anyway,
What?
I don't know. Seagull's like
I know
the
you
best
listen to
guy
them.
on,
Wiggle, wiggle.
on Luminosity.
Wiggle, wiggle.
So.
Why? We have actual stuff to talk about this week.
Yes,
Oh, yeah?
Meso, what's on the docket today?
So, I'm just going to quickly outline the Bionicle news we have rather than moving topic to topic just because it is kind of cumulative. Just as a reminder to everybody who hasn't read it yet, hasn't bought it yet, hasn't supported our favorite theme yet, hint, hint, wink, wink, nudge, nudge, Chapter Book 3 is out! And everybody should get it.
Oh boy!
And
Best
read
book
it.
so far.
Because it is probably, yes, it is definitely the best book so far. It's also the last one that we know of so
Aw.
far. So, for all intents and purposes, it's it. So it would behoove all of you to go purchase it and enjoy it and read it, because who knows if we'll get the chance again.
Now,
Second-
there has been one point of contention. For a lot of individuals, it has not been up for sale, specifically across the pond, which fits, because 4th of July. But it is a
I
little
don't
bit
like you.
unfortunate. I know. I understand that that's only for digital purchase, and physical works fine.
Yep.
Which makes me think that they're listening to me.
I think it's
I'll
just
smack you.
yeah. I think they're just like making people ship it from the U.S. to over there.
I ship it.
I think it's purposely fine. Digital is clearly superior. I don't.
No.
Clearly.
There's no clearly 100%.
That's the thing I've enjoyed the
get-
most about Bionicle G2, just the ability to like, oh hey, it's like midnight Eastern time, I'm gonna go pop on and read my book, instead of having to
So
wait
can I.
and like
a-
try to one up other people by like ordering it at certain times and then bragging about it on the podcast like certain individuals.
Excuse me if I don't want my book to run out of
Yeah,
battery.
especially when beforehand you got told off for buying a box of useless junk.
Indeed.
I mean, like if your book runs out of batteries, you can just charge it. It's not like it's available on all available platforms
I'm gonna charge
too.
for more pages to flip through. Plug it in.
No, I'm just listen. I'm just
There's
saying.
also the
it's
cost of the
digital
device
is the
to have
superior
your
way.
paperless book that you need to recharge.
Which is perfectly fine because you can get every single book available on this little device.
And
yeah?
if the
What's that
And
Nazis
you can
little
also
device?
search through
and
it.
think about it. You know what? I'll say this in defense of ebooks. If the Nazis come back around, guess what? Our books are digital. How you gonna burn them now?
That's probably the best reason I've ever heard.
Nice.
What?
Alright.
They can't
Well,
burn the books, Kahi,
The
because they're
laugh of a
digital.
Nazi. No, I mean
Well,
I
they
got
could
that
burn
part.
them to a
X.
disc, maybe.
I was following that part.
Alright.
Yeah, I was following that deal.
Nobody? Okay.
Thank you.
I heard it.
Nobody at all.
Put-it-in.
The other few
got-
minor bits of news we have, we got some Journey to One storyboards, Journey to One poster, and yeah, that's basically all. So that's our Bionicle news. So let's
Yes.
see.
I got
Okay,
some Bionicle
so-
news. It's all like maybe in 2
your news?
months they come to Norway. The sets. It's so
Aw,
that's good, you know. We're getting there. Yay!
you poor soul.
Yeah.
I feel for
Lava
you.
Beast. But yeah, go on, LJ.
Yeah.
Let's talk about Journey to One stuff, since the book has been out for a little bit, and we got a book club coming out regarding that. We've all
We
read
did
it.
all 5 episodes of Book Club Season 3
Yes,
in like
it is
one
a
day.
good book. Regarding the Journey to One stuff, storyboards interesting. You might want to tune out for a little bit right now because it a little bit is spoilery. There's
Yes.
storyboards for the unseen episodes as of yet that are coming out July 29th.
Indeed.
But they
There
look
was one
good.
specific line that kind of gives an inclination to the plot we're going to be fitting here, because they mentioned that Makuta's trying to open a portal to another world. And, like, Akimu has his falcon and he's scouting things out, and Umarak's trying to like move to open the portal. He's going to a crater of sorts, which is probably the crater that, you know, got blown up when Makuta had the battle with Akimu. If I were to wager, it's just speculation though. So it's going to be something along those lines. Now, the question really that people should be asking themselves is whether Makuta is trying to bring himself back through the portal, or if he's trying to bring something else back through the portal, like the beasts or something, because we got a poster a while back that shows the beasts kind of pouring out of this beam going into the sky. So I would actually say it's pretty likely for it to be them and not Makuta, but we'll see.
Maybe it's Makuta from like G1 or something.
Maybe.
Because alternate dimension. It's a joke! Come on!
I mean, we know they're connected. I haven't really entertained that possibility. Because they're obviously connected.
Yeah.
It's fact, right, guys?
Wait. I was gonna say, hey, disclaimer here. We don't actually know that at all, but apparently it might be.
I don't know.
Apparently, this might be some key.
It's an interesting.
I think it's more likely that Akimu's evil.
Ah!
There's some stuff in that book
dun,
where it's like, just a little sketch.
What a twist.
About
That would be very
twist.
interesting. So it's like, I don't know. I'm not too sold on Akimu being evil. It was an interesting theory. It had some promise, but after we've seen more of Akimu as a character, it's like I can't really buy into it. Viper's laughing at like pictures in the chat. It's like, this is literally last week all over again.
I
come
created
on,
an
stop
abomination!
Stop it. I will slap you.
Okay. Yeah. But
I got no clue.
it's interesting stuff. I'm excited. I really want to see the show.
It's basically the
I'm
last
a
on the
little
BIONICLE
disappointed.
roadmap. It's the last stop. So get hyped.
I'm a little disappointed because I was really hoping it would come out the next week, which is actually Brick Fair week, and we could all like watch it at Brick Fair. We could have like a viewing party. We could have like, you know, have everyone over and like kind of watch it on Netflix. I thought it'd be really cool to do that, but I guess, you know, the scheduling at Netflix had other plans.
I'd rather it be before, simply because we can have it out accumulating views while we're gone. Like,
That's also
it's the
true.
perfect time for recording because we record on Saturdays and it comes out on Friday, and we release the podcast on Monday and then we leave on Wednesday. So like, it couldn't work out better if we tried as far as that aspect. But yeah, a group party would have been cool. Very cool.
We just have to find something else to watch.
Yeah, Suicide Squad.
Suicide Squad.
I'm looking forward to that
That's
movie
gonna
so
be
much.
great.
TTV talks about it. It should be like a webcam, like live stream.
Have I talked
Yeah.
already about like how the Federation of Fear is literally the Bionicle Suicide Squad? Have I talked about it on the podcast?
I don't
I
think
know
so.
if you have before, but
No, but I
So
don't think
what's
we
your
have
logic
3
here? Bring it.
hours.
No, okay. Literally, all right. I'm just gonna read the roster. Here's. I read the Federation of Fear recently, and I lined up everything.
Rothfire?
Here's who I feel are the characters. All right. Hellrix is Amanda Waller because, you know, she's leads the Order of Matanui.
Don't know who that is.
She's the black lady
Oh,
who's like
yeah,
at the
the
beginning.
Ask
lady,
for an
like,
explanation.
you should.
No.
Mutaka is Rick Flag because he's like an actual
Don't know who
Order.
that is.
I'm not a Matanui member.
Yeah, who
He's
the heck
he's
is
the main guy.
Brutica?
You all are crazy.
Didn't ask for an explanation.
I'm
No one
doing it
asked
for
you
the
to be on
audience,
this
not you. No,
podcast,
come on. All right, I'm
buckaroo.
not doing this for you, man.
Listen. We have news to talk about, like the poster for Journey to One that came out. Really
All right,
recently.
fine. I'll
'Cause, guys,
save this for
I
after
have
we
a
watch
Wonderful
Suicide
poster
Squad.
that I could probably draw.
We'll talk about the stupid poster. Gosh.
It's all
I have a
Bionicle.
I could make a much
revolutionary-
better poster than using a box of Crayola crayons. That's right, not markers, not
Ben made a
pencils.
better poster than this with a box of crayons in a cave.
I have a revolutionary discovery to tell you guys
Oh, yeah?
about with this poster, okay? You're never gonna believe me. But in the clouds, it looks as though there's a Skrull shield.
Nobody
I
wanted
Okay,
cannot
you know
believe
what?
it.
Are you just interrupt my videos to throw shade in your stupid petty argument? Come on.
I can't believe it, guys. But the Valley of the Maze is right there.
No, you know what? Just shut up. Shut up.
you're
There's
special,
one. You get like the smallest things get at you. You'll be like, someone will say something, and it'll just like completely.
Yeah.
That being said, we're
Listen,
freaking awesome
people
poster.
have
Look
been
at
coming to
this.
me with that joke for like the last few days. They've been like, "LJ, can you believe it? There's a scroll shield in the clouds." So it would be unbecoming of me if I didn't bring that up. No, this poster looks phenomenal. I love it. It's so dramatic.
It looks quite dark.
It really looks cool. It looks like everything's going to
So
end.
great.
There's a couple
It is
interesting
like,
elements
hey.
about it that I don't really understand. What, Vin?
I just noticed the entirety of Umarag's horns are gold.
Yep.
Yep.
Yep. So the interesting
Hey.
things
Wow.
with that poster that I can't really get, there's a weird hexagon pattern, like to the left of Umarak's like left eye. If you really zoom in, there's like a higher resolution version that I can find that may show it more. I'll zoom in for the video, but like it's a little weird. Additionally, if you look at Pohatu's legs, it looks like they're turning to stone. Like,
That's awesome.
kind of, but like, what does that mean? Is he transforming?
What
Is
if?
he mutating?
What if? Okay, all right. Here's
Transformer
here's my crackpot
They
theory.
can turn into their
This
elements.
is the Toa got sent back in time from where they were at the end of where BIONICLE G1 got sent back in time all the way back to like the ancient place of Spheres Magna, and they're turning into the Elemental Lords, and that's why Fahati's turning into stone.
You
and it's
kill
gonna
me
come
a
full
little
circle.
every time you speak.
You have not heard my what's it,
Every
Escape from the
breath
Underworld theory. You'll hear that in book club, and you'll be like, I can't
You'll be
believe you.
killing me.
Yeah. I like that Pohatu is center stage.
He's turning to stone. He's gonna die. He's center stage.
I mean,
Isn't
That's fine.
can you imagine if we showed this poster to Var like last year when he was like, I hate Bahatu. And we're like, here he is, front and center, journey to one.
Yeah.
It's funny because that's pretty much how I like to pose my Pohatu set, just with a weapon in one hand and keeping the other one free, or at least having like the weapon separated.
Yeah.
I hate the staff.
I
hate
like
so
it when
much.
it has like
Yeah.
it accentuates its flail aspect instead of the blade when it looks really a special kind of stupid when you have like the spear tip pointed up. So I don't know.
special
Also-
kind of stupid.
Another thing I find interesting is that Uxar is the only creature present.
That is a little weird. What's the deal with that?
I mean, it's obvious
Liam is the
because
best
Leela
tower.
is so great of a
He's the
character
best
and
Toa.
such an amazing Toa that he has to have
He's the
his
best.
creature. It makes so
No,
much
you know
sense.
what? How about
He's the
how about you
best
stop being
tower
a
because he
fanboy?
was
How about
gone
he
for half
needs-
the book, more than half.
How about he needs
Listen.
his creature? How about he needs his creature because he can't handle himself about getting knocked out?
Nah, man. Nah. Listen.
Bro.
Yeah, and
Toa
like
like
imprisoned
him-
over. Like he was
Toa like
useless
him,
in that
he has,
book.
He has so much power. He just wants to flaunt it at this point. Okay. He's
Wasn't
just
he
showing off.
unconscious for most of the book?
was.
I'm pretty sure Lilo was like the opposite.
Listen.
Lilo was literally Lois Lane in Batman v Superman.
Yeah.
I'll tell you right now, we all know the reason. I've talked about this on book club. It's because Ryder Windham, he has two powers.
Windham.
We
Wait, damn.
You just like put so much emphasis on the ham part. Look at
I'm
this
a man.
Thanksgiving. Anyway,
So,
go
listen,
on.
it's just because he looked at the character and was like, this guy has two powers. In order to make everything fair, we have to knock him unconscious. So at
Or
least
here's
that
what
way,
happened.
All the
he
other
came
Toa
onto an
have a
interview with
chance.
us, and he was like, "Man, this guy's a nerd. I'm gonna spite him," and just put Lilo out. That was totally
That
it.
would make me laugh. That would be funny.
Yeah.
But,
Okay, then.
one.
So it's an interesting poster. It looks like there's a face in the clouds, like for real. If you zoom in, it looks like the mask of ultimate power, or at
Yeah.
least something with similar,
It's Illuminati.
or at least something with similar
Oh,
like
snap.
spokes sticking out of the side, as the mask of ultimate
Is
power.
this
See
like-
it. Hey guys,
So what- okay.
there's a face on.
You know,
Umarak.
like
Yeah, I
there's that
see it
joke.
as well. Yeah.
There's that joke with Marvel how they always have a blue beam pointing up into the sky just for whatever reason. Have you seen that?
No, I'm not.
Yeah.
Okay, well, basically, it's like, is this doesn't look like the Temple of Time. Is it just going to be like maybe a volcano, or this looks pretty
Again,
important?
from the
Whatever
storyboard,
this
it's like
beam is.
they mentioned a crater specifically, and of course, when I think crater, there could be many other craters. The one that comes to mind is the one where Makuta and Akimu had their battle. So I don't really know. If they're trying to summon Makuta, then sure, that makes sense. If it's something else, then it doesn't really make sense. But either way, what I really want to know here, we've been speculating a lot about the nature of Makuta. Like, what is Makuta? And it just raises even more questions. Because assuming, like, just from the look of this poster, if that face is him, and if they're trying to bring him back through the portal, how did Makuta go from regular dude who combines fire, water, jungle, earth, stone, and ice, and makes a mask, puts it on, becomes demonic entity, super godlike Makuta summoned through a portal to another world? I feel like there's a step.
Maybe you got banished.
I feel like there's a step
Maybe they're
missing
returning
here,
from the underworld.
like in the transition of that character.
Well, maybe we need to watch the Journey to One show when it comes out. Episodes 3 and 4, you know,
July
season 2.
29th to get hype, and yeah, season 2. Yeah. Hate
Wow.
that. But either way, the cake is cut. It's interesting. I'm looking forward to it.
I like
I like
cake.
cake too. One thing
too.
that Journey to One definitely has going for it, it has cool art. Like, both these posters have been incredible. So,
They look
Yeah, I've been
really
loving
like
all that
movie.
concept art that they put out for a good while there too.
I love the dude who does that concept art. His art
Good
style
stuff.
is awesome. So, honestly, that's pretty much all. July 29th, get hyped. TTV will be covering it in a podcast atmosphere just like before, because it's, for all intents and purposes, the last thing we know of for Bionicle G2, so we're all understandably excited to see it. Hope you guys are as well. So, that's that. Now, we did kind of move on from the book a little quickly, but it was intentional. I was giving a rundown of all the news. For those of you who have read the book, who actually, I believe only Takuma and Eljay weren't on the finale of book club who have read the book. So, I want to know what you two thought of the book.
Venom.
Vin didn't even read the book. So,
Yep.
throwing you under the bus.
Wow, way to
But,
care.
yeah.
Ripperoni.
Eljay and Takuma, what did you guys think of the book in general?
Wait, the second book?
Third book.
Third book.
Yeah. Escape from the Underworld.
Have you read the third book?
Good stuff.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, I liked it. I thought it was a really good ending to the book, the last chapter at least. I thought the book in general was really good.
Indeed. It was like, it just really, it stings. Because I feel like this is the closest Bionicle has come so far to not mirroring the style of writing as the old story, but having that kind of gravitas that the old story has. Because Bionicle for me is about like, yeah, I know. It's about a bunch of guys going through interesting landscapes, getting insight into mythology, getting into crazy situations that they have to like get out of somehow, while making quips along the way. And you learning the value of teamwork. That's what Bionicle is to me. And
Because
that book was the best example of that so far.
Akimu is just becoming less and less interesting to me as a character.
Really?
Like initially he was built up as kind of like the new Matanui or whatever, you know, all this amazing power, and he's
just a dude.
No, he's just a politician with a hammer, an oversized gavel.
Basically, yes, but I actually appreciate that
How's he a
because it may
politician?
make him
He
less
doesn't
interesting.
have a whole lot of personality.
He's like Okoto's like king. Basically.
He has a cool voice, though.
Oh, yeah.
Not really.
Yeah, I feel like if there was anything that would actually give credence to the Akimu is evil theory, it would have been the final chapter.
Yeah.
But, yeah, he's kind of...
I like it though.
cornflake.
I like that because it may be less interesting for the character for him to not be like a Matanui-esque deity, but it also feels a little bit more fresh because we already had that done. And I kind of like the concept of Akimu just being a regular guy. That's why I like the I like the concept of Makuta just being a regular guy, and now they're turning him into like the Demon King. So I don't really know.
I know, you know, I actually don't. I just want Makuta and Akimu to be in the same power level, because it seemed like they took that away from Makuta in G1 as
They
time
did.
went on.
The whole brother thing just kind of went out the window. And it seems like they're going that route here too. But I don't really know. I guess we'll have to see. I really want some insight into Makuta as a character. I feel like it's been long enough. There's been enough build up. And I got a hunch we'll be getting it soon. But for now, that's the end of the Bionicle discussion.
Aww.
Rip Bionicle.
Wow.
No, I'm kidding. I'm actually really enjoying current state of Bionicle. What I'm not going to be enjoying is if it gets cancelled, so here's hoping it will not. But in the meantime...
Here's hoping for
Yeah.
G2 Bullrocks.
I would love some Borok, dude. People have made all sorts of Borok, like, redesigned, and they all look so good. They could work very well within the concept of CCBS, I think, if people really applied themselves. But, I don't know, I know a lot of people were banking on, like, G1 callback sets, and they really haven't done much of that, which some people are happy about, me included. But I would definitely bend that for some Borok.
Yeah. I mean, Bullrock is just... They're the
Yeah.
best.
They really are.
Of all time.
They were
Bionicle.
the epitome of clone sets, but they were unique enough and collectible enough to, like, really catapult Bionicle off. I gotta wonder if Bionicle would have succeeded for as long as it did and actually made it past its 3 years if it wasn't for, like, the Borok and then the Mask of Light media push. But that's an interesting topic for another day. I think we have some board stuff we want to address.
Okay, so it's nothing like...
It's a
Horrible,
follow-up to
nothing
last
dramatic
week,
happened.
basically.
Yeah, so...
Hey, by the way, happy anniversary for the boards. Hey.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's
baby.
today,
Today,
right?
It's
maybe.
kind of. Let me double check with that. It's this
Nice.
week.
Nice. So, happy birthday, boards. You're 2 now. Last week, I got into a bit of a discussion with some of the members of the message boards regarding whether or not certain pieces should be allowed in contests officially sanctioned by LEGO.
Yes.
And several of the members disagreed that they should. They said that LEGO should exclude prototype parts and or difficult to get exclusive masks like the Galley Tour mask, any of the polybag masks, any of them. Those should be excluded because they're difficult to
lot of
get.
them.
And the reason being is because all of these parts are harder to come by and would make the contest unfair to those who cannot get them or do not have them.
This is one of those
And I spent
cases
at
with the
least-
message boards where, like, I find it difficult to agree, even in the slightest degree. I'm, like, on the
Yeah,
polar
no,
opposite
absolutely
of that
not.
discussion, so you guys should know that going in.
Yeah. Yeah, so no one at TTV here agrees with that.
No one that we know of.
Absolutely. Well, yeah. And to be fair, this is only a few select members, and not the entirety of the boards. So, I don't agree with that, because I feel the plain board is already fair. You can get all these. They're harder to get, sure, but you can get them. I mean, I didn't go to New York Comic-Con, I didn't go to San Diego Comic-Con, I didn't go to the LEGO factory tour, and yet I have all the exclusive masks from those events. So,
Indeed. If you really
and the
care,
thing is,
they
it's
are available.
inherently... Go
If
ahead.
you really care, they are available.
Yeah. And inherently, no matter what you do, no matter what you exclude, it's always going to be unfair. Because there are some people, like myself, who have more time and more money to put into resources regarding contests. If I work a normal job and then take that money and buy a bucket load of Lego bricks to make some mosaic, well, somebody who doesn't have that resource is not going to be at an advantage. They are not going to be on my same level. I immediately have a much greater advantage in that contest than they do.
Quite right.
So it's already going to be unfair. Excluding a select few small little pool of parts isn't going to change that. You're just trying to do it for fairness' sake.
Well, I mean, okay, there is. That's not to say there couldn't be specific contests with those restrictions, because I mean, sure, you know, like I could see that being, but that would have to be an on-site thing, right? You go to an event, and then
Yeah.
they're like, "Hey, we're giving every person here these amount of pieces. Build the best thing out of it." That's still that's a creative endeavor. That's with more restrictions, sure. But you can't say for a general mock contest, especially when it's handled online, you can't restrict certain pieces like that. I don't think so. I think it's ridiculous to say that. I don't have as many Bionicle parts as Eljay does. Eljay has, I mean, LJ has like the complete collection basically.
Yep.
Of all the stuff. I don't have that much. That does not mean that LJ has an unfair advantage over me because he's invested and spent money to get all those stuff and I haven't.
Kai could still be a
You know,
better
like-
Marcus than LJ and like out mock him.
Possibly. I mean, there's all these things that's like the amount of pieces isn't really the important thing. It's what you do with them. You know, is what makes that mock come together. And I don't feel like there's no fairness applied to just having everyone have the same amount of parts. And having it so like certain things are more expensive than others, some parts are more harder to obtain than others. There's no difference of that. It just goes up in scale.
Yeah.
You know, it's just,
Yeah. So I thought that was ridiculous. Ven, you are a resident mock extraordinaire. What do you think?
I could have sworn we talked about this last episode.
We
didn't
talked about it in the early stages.
touched upon
There was
it.
a topic circulating because there was initial discord and unrest on the message boards about it, and then, I guess, I don't know what instigated it, what sparked it, if it was LJ stepping in, people just wanted to, like, just debate it with LJ, or if there was some event, some catalyst, but, like, it kind of blew up a little bit after that.
my favorite thing, real quick, Ven, before you give your opinion, my favorite thing there is the
Okay.
guy who's like, I made a post where he was like, oh, okay, so you're saying that we can steal stuff on display at Toy Fair now? Huh? All right, this argument's over.
Yeah.
I was like, so, I mean, this is the example. I was like, so you said, hey, that means I can go into a house of a Lego designer and, like, shoot up his family and burn the house down, and on my way out, grab the prototype piece part out. And that's equivalent. Like, that's the same thing, right? That's what you're encouraging us to do now. Is go out and do what's about destruction.
Yeah,
it's like, no.
extremes like that. It's like,
Stealing's wrong. Stealing's wrong. That's like, all right, that's very clearly no. Like, nobody supports that. Stealing's not the wrong part of using a prototype piece in your mock. That's not what's wrong with that
Yeah.
image.
It's like that the real crime was taking the piece, not, like, actually harming the
Yeah.
person.
Right.
That
That
guy
is
tried-
taking the piece. Ha,
Wow.
ha.
He tried to use that as an argument against me, and it was the weirdest thing. And there's some other really stupid arguments in
no.
there. For the record, anybody out there, if you want to talk to me about the Federal Communication Commission, I would like to let you know I had to study that government agency to get my FCC permissed ham radio license. So before you say something really dumb about them, think about it. Look it up. Look into it.
By something really dumb, are you kind of like, well, doesn't the FCC control contests, even though the company is in Denmark instead of?
Yeah,
And then when brought up, he's like, well, I feel like it's odd. Like he said, I'm gonna out him. I'm gonna out him right now. Freaking Scarillion is like, all right. I think it's odd that the FCC doesn't have some say because that's where the contest is being held in. The contest is not being held in the U.S. The contest is accessed by the U.S. By that logic, you now have to contend with the trade committees of literally every nation in the world because they can all access the internet. Was the contest limited to
No,
the
it
United
was not.
States
It was
in the
worldwide.
things? I don't believe it was. It's a worldwide thing because the Battle for the Gold Mask, other companies or not other forums in foreign countries did it. So it's like, are you expecting them to actually go around and pay attention to every single trade committee of every single nation? Of course not. Don't be stupid. We wouldn't care. We wouldn't research stuff for Denmark if we did the contest.
the thing
We
is,
don't do
I'm gonna
that.
say is
the
like,
thing is, though, I did.
my thing, my whole stance on the matter hasn't really changed because I remember saying, and I'll say it again, I doubt the parts would even give, it seems like the argument is trying to say oh, these parts that nobody else can get, it's giving these builders an edge. No, it really doesn't. It doesn't matter.
That's my thing.
I
If they
doubt.
weren't going to use those parts, they'd use something else.
Yeah, exactly. Because I'm thinking back to Akutan, because I know that was one of the mocks back then that was entered into the contest. People whined about it using 2015 parts that weren't readily available to, and retailers and whatnot. I was like, that mock hardly had any parts on it at all. I mean, and the parts that it did have, they were used so minimally, and I could think of so many other parts that could be used in substitute. It's like they're not essential. They don't make up the mock itself. They're used there for like little aesthetics. They don't do anything. It's not like the judges looked at that mock and went, "Wow, I really like that one piece. I really like this piece on the..." No, I don't think that's how... It might work for some mocks. I know some mocks use some parts in a really clever way that, you know, might sway your opinion. Like, I once saw, like, you guys remember that Bionicle star armor piece?
Yes.
That weird-looking one?
Mm-hmm. Right.
Someone used a white version of that for, like, General Grievous's face a long time ago. And I was like, that's pretty cool. That's a really clever way to...
That sounds interesting.
But, you know... most of the time, I don't see that as the case. I don't think people should be whining about that.
Agreed. That's my thing. It's like, because a little known fact that I kind of mentioned in relation to this, LEGO allows the painting of pieces. Like,
Yeah,
I'm not sure
so
if you guys realize
that was another thing.
They do. LEGO's in it for creativity above all else. They're not in it to place arbitrary restrictions upon their own contests just to please a certain group of people that may deem it unfair if blank happens. They're looking to find cool-looking mocks to suit their purposes, no matter the cost. That's all they care about. So
Yeah, and one of the arguments during that topic was, well, we think that LEGO should be the final decider in matters such as these. And, well, I'll tell you right now, they are. And their decisions were painted pieces are fine, and what's this? Prototype and early release parts are also fine. And you want to know how I know this? If they hadn't absolutely said it before, the winner of their first contest used not only early release pieces, but prototypes as well.
quite right. That is a thing.
So, I'm fairly confident LEGO doesn't mind.
Well, I mean, LEGO doesn't mind because why would they? These are parts that they gave out. These are parts that can be obtained. They're officially LEGO. You know,
Again, it's not like somebody stole something or like killed somebody and took his collection.
Even if they did, there would be nothing wrong with them using that part in the piece. The only thing wrong is how they got it.
Hey, so real quick, guys, I don't mean to interject into this amazing discussion, but
I've tuned out for the whole thing. I don't even know what we're talking about at this point.
Yeah, me too,
What?
Takuma. I'm just
I was
kinda
browsing Reddit.
it's funny because, you know, Viper posted a picture in the chat that I think will be very relevant.
I've gotta
to
post a
So,
picture of the video.
Guys,
Yeah, Meso, are you gonna put this in the episode like you did this stupid Brexit thing? Wait, no, it wasn't the other.
That's the thumbnail.
That was a
has
smart
to be the
Brexit thing.
thumbnail.
Yeah,
no,
no,
listen
no,
up,
he
listen
did.
up,
It was
guys.
someone else.
So remember that poster we were looking at earlier? I want you to look at this. This is the better version
Okay.
that I have found.
Kill Meso! Come on, Meso, it took me like 3 minutes to make that.
Listen, it looks like I'm praising Ikimu. Like I'm like, praise the sun. I like bowing
looks
before
like
Ikimu on the
beam
side
coming
here.
in your head.
That's the best.
Well, I mean, I have 2 of them. That's my halo. That's my prayers going up to Ikimu as I'm praising him.
Yeah, baloney.
I present to you Bionicle, The Journey to Juan.
Alright, that's the title. That's the title.
There we go. There we go. Oh man.
That's the title. That's the episode.
Amazing. Well, thank
Oh
you for that
man.
interjection. That was the best thing ever, man. And Vin, you too.
Oh man. You guys.
Tommy, we found a use for you.
Kai is so memeable. It's like April Fools all over
And,
again.
It's like, I don't know how many of you guys know, but we had 2 of our moderators. Well, we didn't have them, but 2 of them went to Brick Fair New England very recently, and
Oh,
they
gosh.
made if you remember during the Civil War, there were those cutouts of Var's face and Kahi's face. Well, they took those and they made like little face masks out of them. And Political Slime, when he sent me the sets, he sent me the Kahi face. So I now have Kahi's face.
Dude, I'll sign that.
On a
I'll
stick.
sign
You know what? Okay, I'm going to bring it.
You do it?
So,
I
there
will
we go.
sign it. I'll sign it. You send it back to him. We'll be like, hey, here we go. We should take photos of that face. Just take it everywhere. LJ, here's what happens if you don't have your mask around. If you're in a situation where it's like it's too heavy or whatever. Yeah, use my.
Hey, Kahi, how's it going? Oh, pretty good.
It's going real well.
Wow, my face hurts from smiling so much. That was a great segment.
That's pretty
All right.
great.
Anyway, yeah, parts are fine. The end. It's like everybody's pretty nice guys.
Lego is happy with it.
They're all that matters.
So-
We're not the people making the contests. Like I don't know what complaining about it. Like he's really gonna do.
Does. It's not fair. I don't have those pieces. Well, then maybe you should look into getting
Yeah,
them.
and like that's the thing. You can extend it always to ridiculous degrees. You can be like, "Oh, this part was released 10 years ago. I wasn't
exactly.
born
That's
when
what I'm
that set
thinking,
was
too.
out." It's like, how can I get that piece?
It's not fair.
It's like, where am I gonna
Yeah.
go? So it's like,
Where do you draw the line?
yeah,
I mean, really, think about like general mock contests for like just system. System is expensive. I don't have enough money to afford all this system stuff. You see that Star Destroyer someone made? That's crazy. I could have nowhere near that amount of money. The fact is that like you can't draw that line when it's. I lost my train of thought here. I'm sorry, guys.
Nice.
I'm done. Yeah, you just can't draw that line. I don't see like money isn't that important.
indeed.
I'll say if
Money in
it's
the
like
bank.
somebody else's usage of their own parts that you feel like is giving you a disadvantage, maybe you ought to do something about yourself.
Y'all.
Maybe
can't-
you
I
ought to
can't-
use your parts a little bit better.
I can't focus on my train of thought because I have the image is still like, oh, that's great. Every time I'm trying to say something, I'm going to catch it and I can't stop laughing. I'm like, all right.
Gotta get that Juan.
Oh,
It was
boy.
too good. So, yeah, that's basically all. I don't know if we have anything else to talk about.
I'm gonna call my Brickfire trip that. That's gonna be my hashtag.
Let's do some plugs because we never did them. So
Journey of Juan.
make it quick, make it snappy. Check out Vessel at vessel.com/the TTV channel for 1 week early access to all of our content and a myriad of exclusive shows that I'm sure you will all hopefully maybe enjoy.
Myriad.
Maybe.
I love that.
Yeah.
Word of the day.
Word of the day. Yeah. It's a fun place to be.
Myriad.
There's lots of cool stuff, so consider checking it out. You can check it out for free, or you can pay $3 a month to get early access, or $20 a year, and support us more. And it's pretty awesome. So if you do that, thanks. Additionally, you can check out Audible at audibletrial.com/TTV and check out a number of books, but probably just Brick by Brick if you're a Lego fan. If not, what's some other cool stuff? Like, anything of note? Maybe read Game of Thrones.
Well, there was the Brick Journal. The Brick Journal was on there, or not the Brick Journal. What am I talking about? The Brick. Wow. I can't believe I forgot the name of this book. Give me 1 second, guys.
Brick
by brick.
brick by brick.
It's like it's about this dude who has never owned. Sorry, it's called Lego: A Love Story, and it's about this dude who has never owned a Lego brick, and then I guess he goes and buys some, and he talks about like the history of Lego.
That is the.
Okay.
Outstanding.
Or guys, you can listen to Why I Want My Interracial Son to Play with Legos by the Washington Post, which is the third of 3 Lego related stuff on Audible. So there you go.
No,
Brick
I
by Brick,
love that,
Lego Love Story, and the Washington Post.
Viper!
Viper. I have a question. Where
I
the
prayed to Akima when he made it rain.
How are you doing? What are you doing? Stealing all the glory.
I have a question. Where is X?
X?
No.
There you
What
are.
do you mean X?
Eggs.
Where have you been?
Oh.
I feel like I haven't heard you in 1,000 years.
I'm here. I'm just talking to Takuma.
What's up?
How's it going?
What's going on?
Alright.
Oh, you know, just some
Oh,
Skittles.
Nothing.
Is-
Just the usual.
Dude,
Is
could
it
you
the-
imagine if they made noodle Skittles? Like
Oh, that'd
pasta
be
Skittles.
so weird.
That sounds so good.
Like it's Skittles.
Pasta
but they're just
Skittles, so are they
long,
more like-
thin, like noodles? So you can
Do they
just
just-
like, kind of slurp them away.
Okay, so it tastes like Skittles, but it's the texture of a noodle. That's what I'm getting. At.
Sure.
Oh, that sounds strange.
Because like
That
you know what I'm
works
saying? It's,
too,
like, it's kind of like a
Kahi, by
gummy
all
worm
means.
with like a sour gummy worm, I guess.
No, gummy worms suck.
Just a thinner gummy worm.
Yeah,
I love gummy worms.
that'd be pretty
Share
weird.
a noodle.
Would they be like damp? Like kind of like noodles, you know how you put them in sauce and stuff? Could you put a sauce on top of the Skittle noodle?
Actually, that's what I'm trying to figure
Like
out. You don't
maybe
want
like
to just
a-
put on like frosting or something, because then you got too much sugar.
Yeah, and how about like whipped cream?
No,
Wait,
no.
I
there
wanna
needs to be a
combine some of my
contrast.
favorite
There needs
words.
to be a contrast.
All right.
Contrast. So like sweet and sour, sweet and
There need,
savory.
Skittles
Take a
are
one.
very
Sweet and
sugary,
salty?
so if you're gonna eat a whole bowl of it, you need something to tone down the sugar levels.
Well, no, Skittles. I mean, presumably these magic noodles.
What's magic?
Yeah, they're
Okay,
magic.
so I think,
Because they have the
I think
taste
we're
of
done,
Skittle, but they have the
Meso.
texture of a normal noodle.
magic?
The noodle, like, yeah, the noodle
Meso.
texture is created by like
We
the
have to get
actual
Magic.
makeup of the noodle. It's like the wheat and the grain
Oh
and
my
everything.
gosh,
That's why
Meso.
you can't
You're
just create
talking
like.
about noodles.
No, we're talking about scoodles.
Skedaddles.
Scoodles or niddles. Take your pick.
Skiddles.
I mean, a whole big bowl of scoodles.
Skiddly. Scoodles?
Scoodles.
Skiddly
That should be the
diddly
name of the
diddly.
next Overwatch hero. Scoodles.
Here comes
It'll be
little
like
Scoodles.
this really lanky, kind of noodly guy. He's just like super colorful, and he just throws.
Edward
and
Noodle
he
Hands.
just throws noodles at people.
He throws like the. Oh, what are the little ball bearing things you throw out to trip people up? Caltrops.
I'm kind of favoring
Marbles?
Edward Noodle Hands.
He
I'm not
throws
gonna
out like
lie.
these colorful caltrops. See. Trips people
See?
up.
Well, I'm
Great
really
out
glad we
control.
ended this podcast on a Bionicle note.
Yeah.
Hold on, I'm not
So-
finished.
We haven't
He
ended it
wears
on a
he wears a
bionicle note.
kanohi.
We're ending it on noodles.
Okay, so here's what I'm gonna say right before
Noodle
we end.
watch.
Hey guys, Bionicle Escape from the Underworld, Book 3. Legitimately, this is a quote from the final episode. It turns Kulta into the most developed character in Bionicle G2. What? You say that sounds impossible? You should read the book and find out. And or tune in for book club coming soon to a YouTube channel near you.
That
And by
actually is
near
a
you, I
really
mean
good
this
book.
very YouTube
Kulta
channel.
is the most well-developed character in Bionicle.
Kulta is this book turns Kulta into the most well-developed character in Bionicle G2,
It
hands
is
down.
true.
That reminds me.
Possibly.
Also, something I saw on the message boards. If you're one of the people that think that just because this is the last book, you can skip out on it, so it doesn't matter if you buy it or not, because the sales will be fine anyway, you are a problem. Please leave.
You're probably one of those sick people that plays May.
Wow.
Hey,
what's wrong
if
with
you
May?
think that, if
You
you
are
think
the
that,
problem.
you're an idiot.
May's alright.
I
May's
got
alright.
99 problems and May ain't one.
It's probably Genji then.
Okay.
Yeah, it actually is Genji. Genji is the problem.
I was gonna no. I figured Meso was still at the stage where he's having trouble with. Toriel.
Winston's my second most used now, just because Genji exists.
Yep. I say I play McCree sometimes, and Genji is like the perfect counter.
Torbjorn is getting a nerf on consoles.
Oh, well.
Turret damage
Nice.
is being reduced 30%.
Wow.
It's gonna be do 9
Overcast.
damage per damn.
Yeah, seriously.
Like, thanks for listening to episode 1 of Overcast.
We should
who
do like
actually-
a
who
separate
wants to
podcast just about Overwatch, though. I'd be up for that.
I would do that so hard.
Should do it. For
I'm
every
your
time,
host,
every time they,
Genjuan.
No.
every time they have another patch.
Viper, what are you doing?
What? Hey, you gonna...
I look really upsetty in that photo.
Upsetting.
Upsetting spaghetti. Yeah.
This week's on the hip.
I tried.
Well, dude, that's exactly the way I bench
Can
too.
we do a Kahi Photoshop contest? Can we
Kai
please
is-
do?
Yes, this needs to be a thing.
Feature it.
All right, anniversary contest. That's
And
what it'll
we
be.
feature the best
That's what it'll
ones
be.
on the podcast.
Kai is so memeable.
That's what it'll be.
I swear.
Somebody put up the topic right now, or I will.
Yeah, do it. Do it.
No, we're gonna
Do
do
it.
it. Okay, the anniversary of the boards is on the 6th. On the 6th, we'll have an anniversary contest.
Cool.
Who can
And
make
that
the
contest
meanest
will-
Kahi?
Well,
The meme is.
He's a meme lean copy machine.
For those who are, yeah, we'll do a
that
little
was a
contest.
grand way in the episode. Because we are going to end it, and we're also going to do an after show. Plot.
Oh.
Yeah, we are.
So that being said, thank you very much for listening to this episode of the TTV podcast. Purple. I was ready to shoot myself. Oh boy. All right. Thank you all for listening. Yeah, she's in chat. Thank you all for listening to episode 202 of the TTV podcast. We'll see you all next week for some more exciting BIONICLE discussion as we build up to the Journey to One Season 2 on July 29th. It's going to be great, so I hope you all will stick with us and enjoy. Yeah, I'm Meso.
I'm Eljay.
I'm Juan.
I'm Ben.
I'm Viper.
I'm Takuma Nuva.
I'm XX Trooper. Purple says hi to the fans, by the way.
She wants to kill
And we will
everyone.
see you all next week on TTV.
Bye, guys. Yeah, Reaper.
No!